then that's what ultimately led me to my decision in quitting my job. Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today, you guys, I just have to take a moment just to thank all of you guys out there, all of my subscribers, all of those that are taking the time to view my videos and leave comments, hitting that like button, as well as even reaching out to me through the Inspiring School Counselor Gmail. I just appreciate you all so much, because if it had not been for you guys, my channel would not have grown as much as it has. So I thank you all so much for your support. And today I'm actually going to be doing a part 2 to a video that I posted, and it was on my internship experience. And since I posted that, some of my viewers reached out to me because they were just like, hey, is there any way that we can still work and do internship? Is that something that you can address on your channel? And of course, as you guys know, I try to deliver for you all. And so that is what I'm going to be addressing today. I also called my university and I asked them a similar question as far as what are their views if I'm wanting to work as well as do internship. I will actually play that video call. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Now, the first thing that I want to address is when you are trying to decipher whether you're still going to be able to work and do internship or not, you want to see what are the requirements for your school, for your university. How many hours are they wanting for you to get in for your internship? I know at my university, I had to take 2 internship classes. And for each internship class, I had to get a minimum of 300 clock hours, with 120 of those hours being towards direct service, student services. And I had to do it within a 10-week academic term. Now, you can choose whether or not you want to do both of your internships in one semester, or you can do split them up, all right? And what I did was I split them up. So I took one of my internships in the spring, and then I took my other internship in the fall. Splitting up your internships would be a lot easier for you to do if you're planning on working, because when you're looking at trying to put both internships in one semester, you're looking at having to reach a total of a minimum of 600 clock hours, with 240 of those hours being in direct student services. And that's equivalent to having like a full-time job. So if you are looking at working and trying to do internship, you don't want to take both of your internships in one semester. You want to split them up. Now, even with splitting them up, you still going to have to get a considerable amount of hours in within a week in order to meet that time. So like I said, that's why you want to just be for sure what it is that your requirements are. What is the minimum amount of hours that you need to make? That is why when I was part-time, before I even quit my job, I was trying to work with the numbers to see if I can make it work. So I knew that I needed to get 300 clock hours in within a 10-week academic term. Now, I shared with you guys before, I was working at part-time at a middle school as a secretary in the office. And so I would go to work from like 7:45 to 11:30. And so when I was trying to work all those numbers out, I knew that at least if I can get to my internship site at 12 o'clock and then I will stay there till about 3, that will at least give me 3 hours a day that I'm able to put in for my internship. So total within a week, I'll be able to get 15 hours in. So what I ended up doing was I divided the amount of hours that I needed to get, which is 300 clock hours, by the amount of hours that I was able to put in, which was 15, and that gave me the number 20. And that number 20 let me know how many weeks it was going to take for me to reach 300 clock hours. Now, like I shared with you guys before, I had to do it within a 10-week academic term. So when I realized, man, I'm not going to be able to meet this if I keep my part-time job, then that's what ultimately led me to my decision in quitting my job. See the amount of hours that you work at your job. Also look at the amount of hours that you are going to have to get in for your internship, and see if there is any way that you're going to be able to work and do that at the same time. Now, there's only 2 ways that it's going to be able to work for you to keep your job while trying to pursue your internship. For one is, how flexible is your job? Do you have a boss that will allow you to miss some time of work so that you can go forward and do your internship and then later on make up that time, maybe after hours or during the weekends? Or is that not an option for you? Or are you willing to work at nighttime? So during the day, you'll do your internship. When you get done with your internship, maybe you have time to rest, relax, go to sleep. In a couple of hours, you're able to go to your night job and work. Is that an option for you? So you definitely want to talk to your boss or your supervisor to see if they're willing to work with you in, trying to get your internship hours in. Let's say you work in a school setting. So you are a teacher, or you are a teacher assistant, or you are a guidance assistant. All right. Maybe you can talk to your principal, your administrators, whoever, the school board, to see if they'll allow you to miss a certain time within that day so that you can pursue your internship, so that you can get your hours in for that. So that is something that you're going to have to talk to your administrators about. So I actually know of two individuals. The first individual actually worked in a private school setting, and they were already working as a school counselor. They just didn't have their licensure. And so obviously that is why they were in school, to get that licensure so that they can have that certification. She was able to work as a school counselor, and those hours for internship was able to count for that because she was already operating in the role that she needed to be in for internship. The other person that I know is an individual that actually applied for a job to be an interim school counselor. And so this individual not only was able to work and get paid, because they were operating as a school counselor, they were able to allow their internship hours to count for that. That will also lead me into my question, which was, does students already employed at a school have an easy time with internship? And I would say that just depends. It depends on, what position you're operating in. As I said in the previous question, if you are operating as a school counselor in a private school, then that's going to be easy for you because those hours are going to automatically count for your internship. Or let's say that you had got a job as an interim school counselor, that those hours for internship is already going to count for you because you are operating as a school counselor. Let's just say you are a teacher. You don't even have to just be a teacher. Let's say you're a teacher assistant, or you are a guidance assistant. You're going to have to talk to those people that is necessary, like your administrator or the school board, to see if they will allow you to take off time so that you can pursue your internship. And that leads me to my next question, which is, can a job like student support or guidance assistant be counted towards internship? And that answer is no. Whatever job title that you have in a school setting, if it is not school counseling, then it will not count. You can be a teacher, you can be a guidance assistant, you can be a teacher assistant, you can be like me and be a part-time secretary in the office, because still yet I was working with students, but I could not count those hours at all because I was not operating as an intern school counselor. There's certain things that you're going to be doing as an intern to meet the requirements necessary for your internship, and you can't do that if you are a teacher. You can't do that if you are an assistant or a part-time secretary. So that is just something that you're going to have to keep in mind. And once again, talking to your administrators about that to see if there's any way that you're going to be able to take some time off so that you can do your internship. Now, let's just say you're like, man, Jasmine, like this is not giving me any hope. I don't know what to do. You can always ask your professor or the director of the school counseling program to see if they have like an extended internship. Is there any way that you can extend the amount of days for you to meet the hours that you need for your internship? So that is something that you can look into. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go ahead and hear that video call that I had with my university concerning what are their thoughts on if I was a student there and I still wanted to work and do internships. So I'm excited for you guys to hear this.
So we do have people that work full time and do their internship. Especially with professional school counseling, most of those people already work in the school system, and they work with their principal to get some relief, so that they can work on their internship, maybe have a couple, like 1 or 2 extra planning periods, and then they would work during their planning periods on their internship, and then work the rest of the day doing their typical teaching work. So we call that job embedded, and it is probably our most common way of working while doing internship in professional school counseling. The other way is if you have a job that is flexible and can allow you to work nights or weekends, so that you work in the school system during the day, maybe from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then you would go to your other job in the evening. We have people that do that. They all say it's very difficult and challenging. Usually our successful ones are the ones that already work in school and work full time that way.
Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thank you guys so much for your time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys next time.